What's up, Nintendo Gamers? To Kid here with another Hyrule Warriors update. We have a lot of news to go through, including character details and also new stages and general details about the game. So really pay attention, guys. I'll have all these noted on the screen so you guys can read them for yourself, and don't forget that links will be in the description for all the news here today. Let's get started, starting with the character details. Sheik toys with her enemies with ninja-like movement. She uses the harp as her main weapon and also carries knives. With the harp, she can play magical melodies to assign various elemental attributes and to attack with that attribute. With the power of flame, she can drop flaming boulders on enemies. If you perform Unleash a magical power, you can use the power of lightning to sweep enemies. Sheik speaks in a mysterious way that has hidden hints of the future. Sheik is addressed as a brave warrior from the Sheikah tribe. There is no word that she is Zelda. In the story, Sheik appears before Link and company and suggests cooperation. Princess Ruto uses magic to summon water, move, and attack. Ruto can also unleash power that has been gathered from attacks to shoot water. Darunia has superhuman strength and handles the Megaton hammer with ease. His specialty is a rolling attack. He can also summon the power of fire by hitting the ground. We also have details on Impa and Lana's new weapons, which I'll be going through now, starting with Impa. Impa uses the halberd with a fire element, can attack enemies with giant blades. She can also create walls of fires to pincer enemies' movement or create dragons of flames to burn down enemies. Lana uses a big branch and lends the power of the Deku tree. She uses seeds, leaves, and roots to attack. She can plant seeds into the ground. The seed will soon grow, and when the transformation is complete, it will unleash attacks, and you can ride the Deku Child. She can use the Deku Leaf from Wind Waker to blow enemies away from large range. Famitsu also revealed the different items and collectibles you can obtain in Hyrule Warriors. Skulltulas. There are 100 gold Skulltulas in the world. One will appear as an enemy if certain special conditions are met. If you slay one, you will get an illustration piece. You can find information about Skulltulas in the stage select screen. You will know that a Skulltula has appeared from a spider web-like marker on the map, which also pins down the location. Then you have a limit of time to find and slay it. If you are nearby, you will hear a rustling sound. Skulltula's appearance is related to the weapon or character in some cases. Weapon bags. You can pick up weapon bags from slayed enemies. Obtained weapons are random and you won't know how good the weapon is until you clear the stage. You can also find sealed weapons from the treasure boxes. These increase the amount of types of weapons that a character can use. And we finally have the details of the junk shop. In the junk shop, you can compose stronger weapons by switching skills. Swap a skill from a powerful weapon into your favorite weapon. There are limits on how many skills of the same skill group you can have in one weapon at once. It seems that the weapon from which the skill is swapped from will turn into materials, and so it is lost. We also have 3 new stages, and with those stages we get a little bit of story details having to do with said stages. Faron Woods. Faron Woods is an original stage for this game. The centerpiece of the forest is the Great Deku Tree, which is huge and has many branches. The Great Deku Tree acts as a guardian deity. People have built a village in the forest. They can take shelter in the caves of the Great Tree. Death Mountain. Sheik and Impa walk towards Death Mountain to stop some monsters. On the way, they encounter a fairy who tells them that unusual things have happened. Sheik and Impa then speed up their travel. Famitsu also hints that this fairy may in fact be Navi. Lake Hylia. When Sia twisted dimensions, the lake's surroundings was influenced with ice. Sheik and Impa encounter a hostile Zelda in the water temple. Zelda also has company in the form of monsters. Sheik aims the lens of truth towards the person who looks like Zelda and, well, unfortunately, Famitsu doesn't finish the sentence due to spoilers. And finally, we get a new item, and that is the boomerang. If the boomerang hits an enemy, it will stun it for a short amount of time. You can also acquire a strengthening item which transforms the boomerang into the Gale Boomerang. The Gale Boomerang springs forth a tornado which will make enemies float. If enemies are hit when they are in mid-air, they will take more damage than usual. So guys, with that is the news. Let's get into my thoughts and opinion about everything presented here today. So guys, this has been fantastic news so far about Hyrule Warriors. Now, is this the only new characters we're getting now ever? Nope. There's still a slot on the official Japanese site for a new boss and new playable character, but I do think it's probably going to be Ganondorf, because with these DLC costumes, I believe there's one called the Triforce of Power, and all these characters, Link and Zelda, have been getting these costumes, and they're part of the Triforce of Courage and the Triforce of Wisdom DLC packs. So the third one is the Power one, which is slated to have 2 costume packs, which Ganondorf has only been in 2 games from these from the timelines that are being taken into account that you play in this game, and that is Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time. So I believe he'll have like a Hyrule Warriors original design, but you'll actually have these 2 other costumes based on his Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time appearance. So I am super excited for this game. I mean, Darunia looks freaking cool. I mean, I am so glad we got a Goron. Like, Goron is one of my favorite races in The Legend of Zelda, and also a Zora. It's nice to see Ruto here as a representation of that. I would have liked someone else. I actually would have liked it a Zelda from the Twilight Princess era, but okay, this is nice too. She has very powerful water attacks. I think that's going to work very well for her, and I just cannot wait to play. Sheik looks amazing. Like, oh my goodness, like, use this character model in Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. I mean, this Sheik looks like she's gonna tear stuff up. Like, come on, Sakurai, use this, or at least have it as an alternate costume, because this is the best Sheik design we've seen to date. I already thought the Brawl and the Wii U and 3DS version of Smash Brothers looked really nice, but this is great. I mean, it's really nice to see her use these different items. It seems like she used the harp mostly for her powerful attacks, her more super attacks, and she uses her daggers and these different ninja elements for just regular attacks, which is nice. I prefer it that way, because just attacking with a harp and, you know, letting her be a ninja go to waste and not putting that into her moveset would have just been, well, stupid. So I'm glad they didn't go through with that, and that you actually can use a lot of her moves that involve a bunch of ninja-like reflexes and attacks. So I'm really happy about that. As far as the story goes and stuff, I have no idea what's going on with Dark Zelda and stuff. I have no idea if this Sheik is actually the Hyrule Warrior Sheik. That's up in the air, but I'm starting to lean more towards that it is, given the redesign of the character. And so far, any character from a era era from any of these games have been relatively the same design-wise from those respective games. So looking at Sheik, she's definitely redesigned. So I think that this is going to be Hyrule Warriors Sheik and not Ocarina of Time Sheik with a redesign. Definitely. I'm sorry for the length of this video, guys. There was a lot of news, as you guys can see. That's actually the first time I ever did news that went into 6 minutes tops, just on the news part. So I'm going to try to keep my thoughts shorter than usual. But I love the new weapons that Lana and Impa have. Impa has like this giant, like, I'm just going to call it a staff. I know the official name of it, but it's very hard to pronounce for me. But it's a really cool weapon. And I like that Impa is getting these different types of weapons that you really don't see in Legend of Zelda games. But I believe the spear-like weapon she has now, I think that was something you could pick up in Wind Waker. There was a similar looking weapon that you could pick up. So it's really nice to see that, and it's really nice to see that it has a fire element, and Impa is just a cool looking character, period. And Darunia looks great. I mean, he seems to have a rolling attack and stuff. All these screens look fantastic too, by the way. And yeah, Lana's new weapon, I think, pisses some people off because it's a Deku tree staff, and she uses the Deku child, and a lot of people think, well, why didn't Sarai get that move, you know, or that staff? I mean, it would have made perfect sense. Well, I don't know, but I'm glad Lana has it. I'm glad someone has it because it looks to make a good moveset, and the stages look really cool too. And I like that they have an original stage just for the Deku tree. None of the things we've seen in the Deku tree is actually in Ocarina of Time. Like they said, this is an original stage based on all of that. And Death Mountain looks great. You can go into the Goron domain where they're, you know, staying and living, and the Zora temple is nice, or the water temple and Lake Hylia is very nice too. So guys, with that, those are my thoughts. You know, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe to my channel. You guys, really tell me what you guys think about everything presented here in Update. What do you think about Rudo, Darunia, and Sheik? And also these new weapons that these characters have, Impa and Lana. Tell me that in the comments below. So that's it for this update. I'll have more updates on Hyrule Warriors as more things are revealed. Again, don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe to my channel for more Hyrule Warriors news and updates, and also news and updates on other upcoming Nintendo games. Thank you guys for watching.